It is episode 2 of the new season of Vanderpump Rules, and Ariana and Tom are finally back on our screens together. They're still living together, and she is not ready to move out of this house. But I feel like it's time. Like, she needs to get the fuck out of the house at this point, just to get away from Tom. We're over Tom at this point. You're listening to No Filter with Zach Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. Welcome on in, welcome on in, welcome on in. Are we liking the new season of Vanderpump Rules? That's the real question. I feel like people thought that this week's episode was a little bit of a snooze fest. I didn't mind it. I feel like the start to the season is always there's a bit of a slow build before it really starts to take off, before the drama comes. It seems like next week we'll get a little bit more drama. But what were your thoughts of the episode?
I mean, I kind of felt the same way. I thought it was a little bit of a slow burn, hopefully leading into something a little more explosive next week. But
well, now we have the big confrontation between Ariana and Schwartzy, because he's taking everybody to Lake Tahoe, or inviting everyone to Lake Tahoe, and he's also invited Tom Sandoval.
Oh God! Well, may the odds be ever in Schwartzy's favor. Sweet little golden retriever that he is.
Well, the episode starts off with Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval hashing things out. Schwartz is finally getting some things off his chest about Tom's lack of involvement in Schwartz and Sandy's.
Wait, are we going to just jump right into that? We're not going to talk at all about the whole awkward interaction with poor Anne? Is that Sandoval's?
Oh. Wait, did you see Anne quit?
Did she?
And then she posted on her Instagram a t-shirt saying Team Ariana.
Oh shit! Did not see that one coming, but damn, she seemed like such a sweet girl that just felt very awkward being in that position.
Bless her soul.
Bless her soul. And not in a condescending Southern way. I really mean that.
Listen, she's putting up with it, and she's doing the damn thing. She's keeping her job. Yeah. She knows where her paycheck is coming from, and she's like, listen, I'm going to do this until I can get out of that little apartment she got, because I saw her apartment. It wasn't on that.
Anne's apartment?
Yeah.
Where did you even see that?
In the photo she posted with her Team Ariana shirt. She's like, selfie,
gotcha.
Here's my apartment. Gotcha, and I was like, ooh, okay. We need to find somebody that pays a little better than Tom Sandoval.
Oh my God. Okay.
But we see that Tom Sandoval wants to have a birthday party.
Right.
Ariana is invited, which I thought was very generous of him to invite Ariana.
To either invite her or give her the option of him paying for a hotel room for the night.
I would take the hotel room.
I would have gotten out of the house already. I'm so sorry, Ariana. I think it's time, and I know that you're really trying to stick to your guns, but it's just move on, get away from it.
Let the house go. Just let the house go.
Let the house go.
Because it's like, what like, outside of ego, what is she fighting for?
I mean, well, she did mention when she was sitting down with
Lala,
that she's got to work with her lawyers to go back so maybe she is thinking about how to get out, as long as it's a fair,
No, she's been very clear that she's like, no, he broke the house. He doesn't get to then stay in the house after he broke the house. And I'm just like, let it go. Like, you're way better off rather than being stuck in the headache of having to live with him in this awkward, uncomfortable situation.
I mean, I agree with that. Just to address Christopher's question there.
Christopher, get it together.
Come on, leave him alone. Christopher, Anne is Sandoval's
former assistant. Yeah. And she was the assistant, remember? And she was like going back and forth and talking to Ariana. And she's like, he wants to have a birthday party. And she's like, no, he can't have a birthday party. She's like, but he said he'll put you in a hotel. And she's like, I'm going to keep existing in my own house, just as I always do. And Anne was like, okay.
I know. She seems so nervous. I know.
I mean, wouldn't you be nervous in that situation?
I mean, it's an awkward situation. I can't imagine a more awkward situation to have to navigate when you're just an assistant.
Yeah. It's not ideal, but she got out.
I don't know. What would y'all do in that situation?
Awkward. But then we have Tom's friend that comes over. And he's not a very good influence on Tom because he's very much like, yeah, she should get out of here. You should throw the party anyway.
I mean, that was an entirely weird situation. Even for when Ariana was like, "Well, I'll call the cops." That's what I didn't understand. Can she call the cops if he is legally part owner of the house? I mean,
Well, you would just file a noise complaint. All the cops would do is they would come over and they would say, settle down. Somebody's called, the neighbors have called, whatever, it's too loud. Because that's what she said. She would file a noise complaint. But it doesn't really accomplish anything at the end of the day.
right? Yeah, they just literally just tell you to be quiet.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna get arrested.
But Tom says that he's willing to compromise. He says that he only have a few friends over and they'll be out by midnight. And
Right.
that's kind of his counter offer to
Mhm.
let her still be able to.
Right. Well,
not
I
have to
mean, at
worry
the end
about
of the
it
day,
being
he
late.
had the party, so
He did have the party. We saw it's the return of Billy Lee. Are you excited for the return of Billy Lee?
what return? That you literally just saw her for like a half a second, and then she was gone.
Well,
I
then
mean, people were talking about like the return of Billy Lee. Did she even say anything?
she'll come back eventually. She's coming
Okay.
back. This is just the first little entry to see her face again.
Okay.
But
Well,
she does rejoin the cast.
Is she the only one that's left in his friend group?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and all the other people that he had at the party that James was like, I don't recognize any of these people. Like, who are these?
Yeah. No,
That
James
was
is so
funny when that guy was talking to James, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been cut out of this friend group because Katie basically iced me out." And James is like,
James
"Who the fuck is this guy?"
I know. I was like, I've never seen any of these other people unless they were just in the background in previous seasons.
I think they were like in the back. Some of them were in the background, and I feel like some of them were just entirely like new people that he's met recently. Squeaky toy.
Oh, sorry. His dog's got new squeaky toys, and I thought there was literally a baby dying outside.
Well, one can only hope.
Okay, that was a bit twisted and dark, but moving on back to the show.
We see Ariana and Lala have their sit down.
Right.
And I think Lala's very level headed and being like, listen,
Yeah.
why are you trying to make it the situation worse? He's clearly getting off on the fact that,
Yeah.
he has some sort of like control over you by being in this situation to begin with. But, why can't we just find a way to coexist without making matters worse?
Well, I don't know. They're both too stubborn and strong-willed
I
to
don't feel like
either
he's being that
budge.
stubborn though. He's like, I just want to have a party at my house.
You don't think that that's a little for the cameras? You don't think he's like behind the scenes being a little?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's definitely
He's been
a lot
doing
more.
this
Yeah,
long enough. He knows exactly how to
he
do
knows
it
how
for
to
the
push her
camera.
buttons. He knows what to
Yeah.
do, and how to perform on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess. Okay, then it's interesting. Well, because Ariana makes it clear to Lala, like he broke the house, he doesn't get to keep the house. I think let the house go.
That I agree with
I
that. Like,
understand that.
why-
Yeah,
I mean, I understand like how she might feel like, God, I just don't want him to win in any way after being like hurt so bad. But at this point, it's just like, who cares?
he wins by keeping you uncomfortable.
Yeah,
So for your own
exactly.
peace and for your own sanity and for your own mental health, just leave, take the money, find yourself a better place, and keep it moving.
Callie says, I say after 7-month affair, she's entitled to be a spiteful bitch for 7 months. And look, that's
agree.
fair, but at the same time, how is that serving her? Like,
Yeah.
why keep yourself in that situation
Yeah.
if it's like you're not happy?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, that's why they say like forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for yourself.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I'm kind of with Lala. I think she was being a little bit more reasonable. Where Ariana's like, if I want to call the cops on his birthday, I'm going to call the cops. And Lala's like, but why would you do that? Like, why are you contributing and fighting with him if all that's doing is causing more tension in your own home that you have to sleep in?
Right. I just got to call Rummy out real quick because we're trying to read the comments, but The computer is so far away. I literally have to stretch Armstrong to get the comments to come up. So eat my ass.
Then we get to the pump closing party.
I know that was bittersweet to see like all the memories and everything that happened there.
That was the first place we like actually.
That is the first place that we actually became friends because Zach thought I was an asshole before that.
And I wasn't wrong.
I mean, I don't think I'm an asshole. I think I'm quite lovely, actually.
Well, we see Schwartz talking to Lisa Vanderpump, telling her that Sandoval's been banned from Schwartz and Sandy's, and also kind of talking about how disappointed he is in not having an active role despite being banned from Schwartz and Sandy's.
Well, I know that was weird to me. Like, do you want him to be involved in it, or do you?
Yeah, you asked him out that at this point.
Yeah.
What did you expect? You expected him to be more hands-on. He's like, I expected him to have some solutions for the business. You wanted nothing to do with him with the business.
Mm-hmm.
So let him go and play his little cover band.
I don't get it. And is he still a part owner of it or not?
He's technically a part owner, but I think they were trying to buy him out, but he didn't want to be bought out. He's like, no, it has my name on it. I'm not going to be bought out of the business. Even though he wants to buy Ariana out of the house.
Oh, Jesus.
I think he would allow them to buy him out of the business in order to keep the house and buy Ariana out.
Oh, that makes sense. Look at you, Zach.
Well,
coming in with all the insightfulness.
Now he doesn't need to. But Schwartz disappointed in his absence. We see Sheena. She's making some new music. They're getting ready for another round of emo night. She's doing Good as Gold emo rock version.
Well, I didn't understand that. That was like death metal that I heard with the screaming, like the whoa. That is not what I would associate with Good as Gold or emo. That's not emo to me. That's like fucking
grunge.
That's grunge, like mosh pit type of stuff.
Which I guess was kind of what emo night was. It's like more of like a mosh pit vibe.
But that's not emo. I mean,
I don't think that's
am I
emo,
wrong?
yeah.
I would like to know what everybody else thinks. Am I wrong? Like emo's not like mosh pit. Emo's like,
well, it can be like Paramore is technically considered like emo. My Chemical Romance is emo.
Oh, right. No, for sure. But I don't
that's
associate
still got like
them
a
with
rock
mosh
vibe.
Pit. Yeah, it's a rock vibe, but not like screaming like.
Were you emo? Did you get into the emo grunge vibe?
Yes, I did. My Chemical Romance is still one of my favorite bands in the world. Welcome to the Black Parade, baby.
Then we see Schwartz and Sandoval have their sit down. Schwartz is finally putting his foot down with Sandoval, saying that, him going on tour, it didn't come off like he gave a shit about Schwartz and Sandy's. Sandoval's like, well, I had to go on tour. I had no other choice because I needed to make money because my accounts are overdrawn.
Right. This is what I want to know about the whole like Ariana not paying bills or anything like that. I want to know, like, where's the truth in this? I want to hear Ariana.
So they talked about it on the after show. And Ariana said that originally they had a joint account. And the joint account is where all of their collective bills for the house were paid. And they would each put money into the joint account. And when the account would get low, they would each add money back into the joint account. Now it's coming out of Sandoval's account because they no longer have a joint account. But she's saying that she doesn't trust Sandoval's like, you owe me this much for the month. And she's just like, okay, well, send me an itemized bill that shows me what all the expenses are so I know exactly what I'm paying for. She's like, it was because before, when he would give me all these random amounts for the mortgage, I would just write a check for whatever random amount he wanted. And now I want to see an itemized bill. And she's like, I've asked his last 3 assistants for this itemized bill, and I have not received it. So until I receive an itemized bill to know exactly what I'm paying for, I'm not giving you a dime.
Oh, wait. She's asked his last 3 assistants. We haven't even been a full year since the end of last season. How has he already been through 3 assistants?
Well, I think maybe this was going on before she found out about the affair.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, because he said it was 8 months that she hadn't paid her bills at this point. And at this point, it had been 3 months since the affair had broken. So it sounds like there were several months that she, for whatever reason, was not contributing to the bills.
I don't know.
But again, she wants her itemized bill. So I get it. It's not that hard to just give her an itemized breakdown of what the
100%.
expenses are.
Like, let me know exactly what I'm paying for. You're not just going to give me a number and then I'm like, okay.
Well, that's why he needed to go on tour and sing cover songs so that he can pay for the bills to keep the lights on for Ariana so that she can live comfortably in their home where he's not allowed to have a birthday party.
Are you sympathizing with him?
No.
Sound like it.
Then we see Allie, and she's reading Schwartz's astrology chart.
I love Allie. Oh my God, I love Allie so much.
I actually want her to read my astrology chart. I like this new business that she's got going for her.
And she's so freaking cute. But the way that she described Schwartz was perfect. I'm telling you, I just consider him like a golden retriever, and that's exactly. She said that he just wants everybody happy all the time. He wants everything to be good all the time.
I don't know.
Do you know what that's from?
I do know what that's from. Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? No. It's much better to fix these kinds of things.
End up, where have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, where have you been, Endem? Endem will be there next Wednesday at the Bourbon Room for my next live show, February 14th. Come spend Valentine's Day with us. Bourbon Room, Hollywood.
We're all single. And what do single people do? Mingle together. So stupid.
So James gets invited to Sandoval's birthday party, which is a bit of a plot twist, but I guess Sandoval knows that he needs allies in this.
That's why. What was the purpose of inviting James? James hated him in the reunion.
After the reunion,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he thought he was going to accomplish by inviting James.
Of all people. Like, invite Sheena, invite Lala. Well, Lala kind of hated him
Lala.
too. Lala kind of hated him too. But no. Like after, no, not Lala. Sorry, I take that back.
I don't think anybody invite Schwartz, and Schwartz was really the only one. Maybe Sheena, because at least Sheena reached out to him after his friend had passed away, which we find out in the first episode, but he blocked Sheena. So there was no
Summer Moon.
And Summer Moon.
But as we discussed last week, that could have just been a block this account and all the accounts associated with it.
But James decides to go.
And piss on his bush.
And he wants like an apology from Sandoval. And Sandoval kind of apologizes, but is also like, well, what about the time that you slept with Kristen?
A half apology is not an apology. I'm sorry.
It was an attempted apology. But it definitely did not land.
No, it did not. And bringing up the Kristen thing, how old was James in 21?
He was like 21.
21 and still like new to the group, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was just like a busboy at SUR.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that you are making two wildly different comparisons.
Yeah, the timing is different. The circumstances are different.
Right.
He was also like openly banging Kristen in his bed. Like, there wasn't like deception. There wasn't an affair.
Right. Exactly.
For 7 months.
You cannot compare the two. And I mean, not to, oh God, so tired of talking about her, but like James like was actually engaged to Raquel.
Yeah.
And oh God, the whole thing of I'm not drinking right now because I'm going to wait until she gets out of whatever she was in.
He's still in love with her.
She isn't with him though, huh?
I mean, well, at this time she was still writing him letters.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. The postcards with lightning bolts.
Yeah. Which is still super cringe.
Yeah.
The fact that she's even keeping up with that. I don't know. And her stupid podcast, I'm sick of her.
I don't know. I haven't listened to it.
Neither have I, but I keep seeing stuff about it. She said that Lala only called her because Lala was on camera and Lala was trying to have a moment for the TV.
Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. That seemed genuine to me.
Listen, I think Lala was trying to be genuine. Like why is she doing a podcast about Vanderpump when she didn't want to return to Vanderpump?
Yeah.
I know for
don't
damn well
understand
she's
either.
not making more money with that little rinky-dink podcast than she would have been on a new season of Vanderpump Rules.
Rinky dink.
I think Sandoval really did love her, though. You don't
as much as a
blow up-
narcissist can.
I mean, that's a fair point. Well, he tried. I would have loved if they would have like just gone all in. Could you imagine? I mean, I don't really want to see that, but at least that would have like made the affair worth it. Now it's just like, what was the point of doing all of this? Like Sandoval and Raquel didn't learn anything from it, and all they did was blow up everybody's lives.
Yeah. I mean, I'm over it at this point. Like, you kind of want to see what the resolutions are, but it's like even now, I'm like, I'm kind of done talking about Scandival. But
Yeah.
no doubt that's going to be what we're going to see all season.
Well, it's going to get interesting because now we're going to Lake Tahoe. That's where we see Sheena and Sandoval kind of come back together for the 1st time because Lisa's opening up a new restaurant out there. Which would be, I actually want to check that one. I feel like it'll be interesting to see a Lisa Vanderpump vibe in Lake Tahoe.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, she opened up a new restaurant. It's called Bear or something. Wild Bear, something Bear.
Are you sure that's not a gay bar?
Nope.
Interesting. You know that a gay bar is opening where Pump used to be.
Oh.
It's like Rooster Cock or something. No. Sorry. That's not what I meant. Rooster Fish. Sorry.
Oh, Wolf. The restaurant is Wolf.
Oh, that sounds gay.
What did I call it? Bear? Wolf.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Same shit. Yeah.
Not Wild Otter. Nope, not Wild Otter.
That would be a good gay bar.
Or on the Nevada side. What on the Nevada? Lisa doesn't want to pay state taxes. Listen, she's doing her own thing. She's living her life. She closed down Pump and then went to go open Beaver up in Lake Tahoe.
God, that's a good lesbian bar.
Furry Beaver.
The Furry Beaver.
Good Beaver. Meaty Beaver.
Okay, that's enough.
Wet Beaver. No. That's some wet ass beaver. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me. Quick jump up for you, let it get inside of me. Tell him where to put it, never tell him where to be.
Callie said raging beaver.
Raging. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Sounds very angry.
Not moist beaver. Come
Ew,
on.
who wants a moist beaver? A leaking beaver? And no, what am I trying to think of? Just like a wet beaver, but like there's soggy beaver. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, that sounds awful. Soggy beaver.
When was the last time you've been to the Soggy Beaver?
Hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to meet me at the Soggy Beaver?
Have you tried the Soggy Beaver?
Oh, I like Elizabeth's Eager Beaver.
Oh,
that's a good one.
There's a lot of Eager Beaver at Home Depot. Angry beaver. No, we don't want an angry beaver. Shaved beaver. Nobody wants. Well, some people like a naked beaver. Do you prefer your beaver naked or furry?
It's nobody's business how I like my beaver.
On that note, I think that's all we got for Pump tonight. We have
I know
next
there
week.
wasn't a whole lot there. I expected there to be more, but
no. I mean, the biggest points were, should Tom be allowed to have his birthday? I think it's his house. He should be allowed to do it as long as he's respectful to Ariana, who is also living in the house.
I agree. Listen, I don't want much for him after what he did, but
he's still entitled to be able to celebrate his birthday at his own house that he pays for. And if she's not paying the bills, then I think he has a little bit more of a leg to stand on. He has an old little cocky cock that he can stand on. And then she needs to get out of the fucking house. I get it. I understand why she doesn't want to, but I just think for her own mental health and peace, let it go. Move on.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because sitting there seething is not going to do anything for you.
Other than continue to like build that resentment, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And I just don't think it's healthy for her. at all at this point.
Oh, wait, we haven't even talked about. Thank you, Megan. Hold on. The OCD part was important. Yeah, because I know that like some people were probably watching about like Sheena and having her OCD and everything like that, and they're like, "Oh my god, she's just being dramatic." I feel like there were a lot of people that thought she was just being dramatic, but she was talking about how it was either her or Brock that mentioned that she can't even go and have a good time because she wakes up every day just terrified that something bad's going to happen. My mother's the exact same way. It like it's debilitating. It's hard for you to be able to go out and enjoy your life because you love the people that you love so much that, and it causes you to overthink and worry to the point that you make yourself sick. And I think that's kind of where Sheena is right now. And
Yeah.
so I totally empathize with her.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think Brock's trying,
Yeah.
I know he got a lot of heat from this episode, and Sheena and her mom kind of grilled him a bit, but I think he's trying. I think when you're trying to support your partner, like, there are moments where you do get frustrated or you don't fully understand and you wanna help them through, and, it's challenging. It's challenging for them, and it's challenging for their partner, um, but, they're working
Yeah.
through it, and they're finding solutions. It's interesting, though, that the babysitter that Sheena chooses is the one that we later see having an affair with Tom Schwartz and Katie Maloney.
What? Is that who that is?
That's who it is, the girl with the pink hair.
Oh my god. See, and one of the comments that or notes that I made today was when Sheena was talking in her confessional, she was like, she said something like, "This is Tori, whatever her name is. I trust her completely, this, that, and the other." I feel like that is always a sign that later on down the line, we're going to get some kind of bullshit that it's going to be some kind of explosion.
Yep. Yep.
So obviously that's going to be coming down the pike.
We're going to see it with Tom and Katie. It's not going to be good.
God.
All right. Well, I guess on that note, we can wrap. Yes. You do recap your recaps of Southern Charm. You finished season 1.
Yes. So my recaps of Southern Charm season 1 are done. Finished that up this past Sunday. Heading into season 2, the only season left of Southern Charm New Orleans. That is going to be Sunday at 4. That's my live. And then every Tuesday, I release a recap of Feud Capote versus the Swans. That's usually released at... I say usually. It's only been a day. It's released on Tuesdays at noon. So you can get caught up before the next episode, which airs every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on FX. So please go to my YouTube. If you go to search me on YouTube, it's Josh from Louisiana, no spaces. I think that's where people are having a hard time finding me. Or you can just do youtube.com/@Josh from Louisiana.
Amy said she's a day one for you, Josh.
Oh, thank you, Amy. I love you.
Joe says just giving kudos to Josh, having fun and creative and eye-catching YouTube thumbnails on YouTube. There you go.
Thanks. You know what? It's actually kind of fun. I'm just enjoying the ride right now.
Well, there you go. All right, guys, we will be back for another Vanderpump Rules recap next Wednesday. I have Kempire on the podcast tomorrow, so tune in for that. We're going to be talking about Beverly Hills, Vanderpump, and all the latest tea. So be sure to tune in, like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you're tired of Josh and you want me to replace him, because I will do so gladly.
I know that there are at least 3 people here that want you to replace me. So. Marianne, I see your comment. If I can do later on Sundays, shoot me a comment on my latest video and let me know.
Marianne has had a lot of feedback lately. We need to get her own comment box.
I think so.
All right, guys. We will talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, y'all.